I know this is the third year for the Talented 10th. So tell our viewers what exactly is the Talented 10th?
Sure. Well, Mike, about 3 years ago, Mayor Steve Benjamin, our great mayor for the city of Columbia, had a vision. He often talked about how he wanted to make Columbia one of the most educated and entrepreneurial cities in the southeast or practically in the United States of America. So he had a vision to put together a conference that would bring young professionals together from all around the country. Our first year we had about 300 people participate from probably about 5 or 7 states. Last year we had an increase in number. This year we hope to have even more. And so we put together this conference or this notion called the Talent 10th. And what it does is bring young professionals together to tell them about the good things going on in Columbia, South Carolina. For instance, professional opportunities, social opportunities, and even entrepreneurial opportunities and education opportunities. Because at the end of the day, when you think about Columbia compared to Charlotte, Atlanta, DC, and others, we have just as much going on as those wonderful great cities.
Okay. You guys are clearly a part of that Talented 10th. Could you tell the viewers a little bit, those that may not know you, Ashlye, and may not know you, Antjuan? Ashlye, can you tell us a little background about you, your age, and yourself?
Sure. My name is Ashlye D. Wilkerson. I am a former kindergarten and first grade teacher with Richland School District 1. I attended school here in Richland School District 1 area, graduating from Columbia High School. After graduating, I attended Winthrop University with Antjuan to get our bachelor's, and then Hampton University to get my master's. I'm now a full-time PhD candidate at the University of South Carolina. I teach early childhood courses at Midlands Tech, in addition to researching and teaching at the University of South Carolina. And I'm a published author of 3 early childhood books.
Well, I'm not as nearly as accomplished as Ashlye. In fact, if I can be 1/10 of who she is, I'll be all right in my life. But I've been fortunate, Mike, to run South Carolina's oldest African American public relations and advertising political strategy firm, Sunrise Communications. As Ashlye said, I graduated from Winthrop in 2008. So I'm 27 years old. I received an MBA in 2010. And I'm a big advocate for business and education and economic development because I think those things are essential to every city and every young person who may be trying to, establish themselves in the city.
Okay, what would you then say the mission of the Talented 10th is? Would it be to retain our young talent?
Mm-hmm. It's to provide opportunities for our talented young professionals to connect with each other, to be mentored and supported as they matriculate in their career, to be provided more opportunities to advance in their career, and then to retain that talent here in the area. To prevent brain drain in the area.
Exactly, Ashlye, because here in Columbia, or in South Carolina, period, we experience something that no other state in the Southeast experiences, and that's called a brain drain. And we have a net migration rate. In fact, we have one of the highest in the country of people, young professionals especially, who graduate college who move away from South Carolina. Right. And when you think about Columbia being the capital city, that rate, I imagine, is probably even higher.
Okay, now I've had the opportunity to visit both the events, and they were hugely successful as far as attendance goes. But do you think you guys are reaching your mission and retaining that talent?
It's a work in progress. We have retained highly capable, highly qualified young professionals here in the area, but a part of retaining them is offering them opportunities throughout the year to be supported and to be encouraged. And so the Talented 10th not only works to retain, but to support them through their endeavors.
And I think we've done very, very well, quite honestly, man. Thanks to the mayor, we've lowered unemployment here in the city of Columbia. So that means that naturally young professionals see there are opportunities here on the professional side to stay here. Because the reality of it is when the student graduates college, they want to know in the area in which they went to school, for those who want to stay, they want to know what professional opportunities exist. And so what this conference does is it allows those students and even seasoned professionals like myself to network with some of the who's in the city, practically the people who are making hiring decisions every day.
Okay, who should come to the Talented 10th? If I'm a young professional, let's say I'm between the ages of 21 and 35. I don't own my own business. I'm not politically active, but I'm looking. what would be your target
You should
market?
be there. We encourage 21 to 40-year-olds to be there, and those who are young at heart. So if you're over 40 but you're young at heart, we encourage you to be there. We encourage those who are just now starting in their careers, but as Antjuan mentioned, he's a seasoned professional. We encourage him to be there as well because we want to connect and kind of build the bridge for those.
And in some of our outreach efforts and advertising efforts, we reached out to college students. I got an email just over the weekend about a young lady who runs a mentoring program for high school students. She asked, are we limited to just college students? I said, no, bring your high school students because they will be where we are one day. So it's important for us to reach back to other generations because part of bringing a city together and making the city stronger is preparing for the next generation to come after us. So there won't be very long, Mike, in which Ashlye and I will be seasoned professionals or extra seasoned professionals. Our job will be to bring along some other young professional who may be in high school now or who may be just starting college. So,
what are some of the things we can look forward to this year at the Talented 10th Conference?
Well, so Thursday evening, the CEO networking will be at ITology.
5:30 to 7:30.
And then Friday, we have the full day conference from 8:30 to 5. And then we have the Young Professionals Party Friday evening at the TAPS building, 9 p.m.
Gotta have social life. All work and no play is not fun.
Exactly. And then Saturday, we have the Young Professionals Day Party from 1 to 5 at 701 Whaley. People can register, even today, at www.talentedtenthcolumbia.com.
This is one of the events I look forward to, Michael, because let me tell you, as much as I go out and travel about around the city, around this area, I often hear that there's no way for us to network with the who's who. Well, here's a prime example of an opportunity to do just that. You will be able to exchange phone numbers and business cards with people who are making hiring decisions every day. And you know, the unique thing about it is we have so many talented young professionals here in Columbia. Sometimes it's not the CEO who makes the decision about who's hired day to day. Sometimes it's young professionals like Ashlye and Bianca Crawford and others, Sam Johnson, who are making decisions every day to hire. So you may be actually get recruited or picked up by another young professional at the conference. So that's one of the events I really look forward to.
Before we go, can you explain to us, because I remember when it was the first year of the conference, there was some controversy about the term talented 10th. Could you kind of give the viewers just a brief history what the talented 10th historically was and why you guys picked that name?
You know, when W. Du Bois wrote the concept of the talented 10th in his writings, you know, I think it was good for that time and he was trying to make one statement. But I think the mayor's vision here in 2011, what he was trying to say is that we all can be a part of the top 10% of where we are. And it doesn't matter if you're black, white, blue, or brown, young, old, whatever the case may be. The goal is to strive to be the best individual or professional you can be. And so I think that was the mayor's vision. And sometimes, you know, we make big deals about words. You know, when W. Du Bois wrote it at that time, it was good for that time. And he was saying that, you know, Negroes or African Americans should strive to be in the top 10%. But, you know, this conference, we've had a very, very diverse participation. Young, old, seasoned, black, white, whatever the case may be. But the goal was for every young professional in the city of Columbia and surrounding area to be in that top 10%. And I think we can do it. And I think one of the ways we can start by trying to get there is all of us attending this conference.
In addition to that, Mayor Benjamin strongly advocates for helping each other reach their full potential. And so a part of this conference is to develop the opportunities for networking, for us to be able to be with other people striving for success, those of like minds, so that we're nurtured and our talents are strengthened.
I'll leave you with this, Michael, because I think it's so important. You know, one of our sessions that we will have on Friday at the conference talking about having a seat at the table. You know, not too long ago, I had a chance to sit down with one of my mentors a few years ago, and he talked about previous generations just fighting for us as more young professionals who are coming after them to have a seat at the table. But he said something to me that was really important. He said it's up to our generation to make sure we and those who come after us can read the menu, because there's no point in sitting at the table if you can't read the menu. So I think what he was trying to tell all of us, Ashlye, myself, even you, Mike, is that every generation has a responsibility to make this earth better than it was during their time. So we must do what we have to do during our time here, i.e. put on conferences like Talent 10th and others. But the other thing we must do is to make sure we provide opportunities and build businesses and educational opportunities so those who come after us can have the opportunities we enjoy and even better opportunities.
Well said, well said.